Hello, my Spiderlings, and welcome back. I am Razored Spider, and today we are doing another episode of Alice in Wonderland: The Madness Returns. And today, once again, I am joined by Bear.
I
Why do you sound so fucking miserable? You're so
trying to do
rude.
like an Eeyore voice because that guy's face kind of reminds me of Eeyore. Just I know,
I
I
know.
exist.
Sad, but
Little
yeah.
angel there just looks like he's in pain emotionally.
Going on with the 5th episode. Oh, so, I'm going to be working on a set of new emojis, which I will also be working on making for Taffy. And you should be able to use them in my Twitch, and I think I can also upload them to Discord, so I'm very excited to start using them. And I'm going to implement them a little bit within some of my videos, especially for things that are a little more exaggerated, since I don't have my VTuber totally finished yet. So yeah, it'll be a work in progress. Where am I going? Where do I has to go? Oh, that's the head of the ship that we were just on.
Poor ship.
Yeah, even though it was more like a submarine because we dove down with it. Oh, look at that ship.
No, I'd say that's more to operator error.
Well,
I don't think you're supposed to sail the ship down. Just my one suggestion.
oh, hello. Okay, so where does I wish to go? So Pig Nose is over there, but what's back here? I like the fact that it has the little angler on the back of her dress. I think it's pretty. Yeah, by far, I will say that the Hatter's Domain dress is my favorite, but I think this is probably the prettiest dress that she has besides the Japanese area that she gets, where she gets a kimono like pattern for her dress. That one is very pretty as well, but this one is very intricate, especially with all the glowing pieces like that. They're like glowing lights. I think it's beautiful.
But a pain in the ass to draw.
Yeah, that definitely would have been a pain in the dick to draw. I won't even lie to you.
It looks like bioluminescent scales on a fish.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, I know it would have been a pain in the dick to draw, believe me. I know that.
Prepare to dive. But sir, we're a ship. Did I?
No!
Stutter.
Wrong button!
What did you do?
Alright.
Uh-oh. Crunch.
Snip. Crunch. I think this was a dress that Taffy liked, but I'm pretty sure her favorite ones were still... I think Taffy's favorite ones were still the Hatters section. And I think she really liked the doll house one and the Japanese one. If my memory serves me right.
Well, every time I see somebody else like genuinely thinking about the outfits that they like in a game and they don't, it instantly makes me feel validated about spending so many hours collecting outfit pieces for John Marston in Red Dead 1 back in the day.
Oop, here we go. We finally got to another specialty memory.
Finished the bandit set. Time to unlock some trauma.
I was the last one in the library the night of the fire. The log I added to the grate was dead when I went upstairs to bed with Dinah. If it wasn't, I may be responsible for my family's deaths.
There's another symbol for you. All the keys have responding symbols too.
I was about to say, I can see those ones straight off. I believe that one was just Mercury.
Yes, it
And the
was.
other one was Calcifex.
Every single one that she has, all the different.
Well, you know the interesting thing about all of the chemicals typically notated
In the game so
alchemical
far?
script. Well, just in alchemical script in general, much the same for the game. They're
Oh,
all
what the
toxic.
fuck are you? Oh, okay, I remember you. I have to hit your bombs. Where'd you go? Come on. Goodbye. Anyways. Yeah, no. Almost every single one of the symbols that are in here has something to do with a chemical that would drive you insane that was commonly used in this time period. Because we didn't know as much as we used to with it.
Oh hell, man! Some of the things we used to put in our
I'm
bodies.
pleased you love my secret.
I mean, heck,
Justice.
like
Photographs are a kind of imitation.
The mercury in the hats.
being Mercury in the hats. Like,
camera
did you
helps
know
amateur
that Chinese
filmmakers.
emperors, in their various struggles to become immortal, would drink elixirs made from all sorts of toxic combinations, and one of the most common ingredients in these elixirs was quicksilver mercury, because they
And
believed it to
lead.
be a divine. They believed mercury to be a divine. And then of course the long-standing association with lead to gold, which isn't like, if you were gonna start somewhere, lead is actually the place you would want to start, right? It's pretty close on the atomic table. So if they were gonna find a way to turn one metal into another, lead to gold was a pretty close transaction, ironically enough. Similar atomic weights.
Well, like, I'll give you an example. When I was watching that, Apothecary Diaries, one of the things in there was all the Emperor's children were dying and they couldn't figure out what was wrong. Well, the white face paint that the concubines were using for makeup had lead in them, and when they would hold their babies,
Lead
they
oxide
were
was a common white pigment. Yeah.
right.
in
And
those
when
days.
they were holding their children, the lead was getting on the newborns and it was making them
And
sick and killing them.
yeah, I mean, hell, people were still painting cribs with lead-based paint all the way until like the 60s and the 70s. I'm wondering why the infant mortality rate was so high. Is because fucking children, like, they chew
Oop.
on things, and when you chew on lead paint, you're consuming lead, and then you die.
Right.
Chemical that would drive you insane? Meth? Crack? You'd be surprised. It's not just Fent face up in this bitch anymore. Like,
Where is this pig
she was
nose?
literally talking about the mercury in the hatters. Mercury was a common bonding and painting dyeing agent for hats for haberdashers back in the day. And so haberdashers typically, with like anything that was like green or like otherwise dyed, you'd have like cyanide and mercury in it, and over time the exposure would slowly drive you insane.
Oh, there it is. Couldn't figure out where the hell this pig nose was. Yeah, but so just about any chemical you're gonna see on her, yeah, it's got something to do with driving
To
people
be
insane.
fair, there is always a lethal dose of anything.
Yeah, you're not supposed to
Anything can
overindulge
kill
in
you in
anything.
Well, no, I mean like every single substance in the universe has a lethal dose rating, right? Eventually, enough of something will kill you, or drive you mad, or completely imbalance the
Wah!
stuff in your body.
Yeah.
It's like, hell, people, like, that's the thing. People forget that water toxicity is a thing. You can absolutely overhydrate and give yourself water poisoning.
Yeah.
Like, the world is dangerous and humans are fragile. Just keep that in mind and you'll be fine.
No, I'm trying. Fuck. How many teeth have I got?
It's like they used to use a lot of antimony in things, and antimony is toxic. Very toxic just to handle. Like, they still use it in galvanization from time to time, but it'll still absolutely make you sick. If you consume billions of bananas really fast, the radiate, yes, because the caloric density of its own wouldn't literally cause your heart to stop. Or the overindulgence in magnesium wouldn't cause severe, uh, like, brain aneurysms. Like, yeah, no, like, heck, a guy went blind after eating like 60,000 chicken nuggets because one of the additives that they found in the chicken nuggets in those high concentrations causes blindness, right? But it was in common use because nobody had ever bothered to consume that much of it before.
Well,
Although I think something else would kill you, like making your lower half explode. Yes. God, I remember watching a movie where, like, this guy was committing murders based
excuse me.
on, like, the sins he saw in people. One of the people he killed, he would kill them and he'd write their sin in their blood on the wall, right? So, like, he caught this lady cheating on her husband, so he murdered her in the hotel where she was cheating on her husband, and then wrote in her blood the sin of lust, right, on the wall. But the one that stuck with me really bad for a while was the kill of gluttony. He found this guy who would just keep eating as long as food was prepared for him. And so he literally fed this guy until he was about to burst, and then he just kicked him in the stomach. And that killed him. Let's see. I have several doses of 160 grain lead that are meant to be a lethal dose for burglary. Yeah. It's the permanent cure for stupidity. A
Oy.
one-time injection of lead to the brain.
Opposite to mermaids.
The best kind. To quote Family Guy, I exchanged my fish half and human half so I could have a penis.
No, that's not attractive, but how would we do anything if it was the opposite? I did just no.
The same way fish do it. What, you thought that we'd introduce biological horror so early into the mythos and not consider its complexities? No, this just looks like a normal day in Innsmouth. I don't know what you're talking about. Actually, I would use my pepper ball launcher. The steepness of the hillside is lethal if you're stumbling around and can't see. Yo, that is evil and I love it. It's the same shit I would do. Mostly because I want to buy a pepper ball launcher. Not because I want to hurt people with it. Because I want to see people
I found another
who
one.
would want to hurt me
Do.
crying in pain like little bitches.
Oh, hello. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it.
Stop it. Stop liking her. Bear disapproves.
Oh, well, but why? I like
no time to wait.
I did.
Well,
There's no
because
time at
by
all.
the tones of reverse psychology, because I told them to stop doing the nice
Yes, I
thing,
do
they will
play that.
Immediately respond and go, no.
If you look at my
fuck you,
channel,
Bear.
it does actually have some of my content on there for it.
So they should actually respond in the opposite of what I just said. I have two 150 cal revolver and a 42 cal is meant to be my clone of an HK DP9 because I love my German engineering. Oh yeah, everybody loves German engineering until it's over-engineered, like the Germans. But oh dude. Like, the H&K MP5 is one of my favorite examples. They made that gun so well that they can't sell any other new guns. Like, they keep having to keep a production line of the MP5 because
Ow!
all of the militaries
Bitches!
across
Ah!
the world want the MP5, but they desperately want people to buy the UMP9, the MP7, all these, like, much more efficient and cheaper to make versions, right? Higher cyclical rates, all that shit. But no, everybody just wants
Come
the
on, let's do
MP5.
it.
It was
You
such a
already
good
missed the
gun that they
train.
can't get people to buy the new ones. Germans are kinky enough to make you a gun you slap. That is true. I remember seeing in the 2000s it was a comparison of which, like, it was basically a top 10 listing kinkiest countries. Number one, of course, was Japan, but number two was Germany.
You guys are wild. Did I go through here? I don't think so. I'm such a loot gremlin, aren't I?
Germany is such a kinky country that I once told a German friend of mine that I was looking for a job, and he said, "Well, you know, you could come over to Germany and be a himbo, you know, a male prostitute,
Well,
because apparently, you know, well-built American boys are the thing right now over there." I'm like, and so of course I said, "So you're saying that your standards return to the 1940s?"
I remember my grandmother telling me about a foreign exchange student that they had taken care of, and he had gone to my father's high school, and that at one point eventually he had gone back home, and the parents had invited my grandmother and my grandfather to come visit Germany and to come stay with them. Yeah, they got there, and turns out they were nudists.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, my grandmother was mortified. And on top of that, the wife was openly having an affair, to the point that she was, like, bringing the guy over, and the husband was just like, whatever. Yeah.
Fucking Europeans, man. That shit'd never fly.
Yeah, it was wild.
God, I might actually have to, you know, disabuse myself of the notion that France is the worst country in Europe.
Well, this was Germany, so...
I know. That's what I'm saying. I might have to disabuse myself of that notion. I mean, the UK has always been a pretty close second contender, but Germany's trying to fight their way up there for number 3 right now. It's really impressive. Quite the effort by Germany.
Most
Oh, you don't know
theatricals
Noin,
and
do you?
gags are unsuitable
No.
for young persons.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to make sure that you and Noin get in the same voice
Vulgar
call.
domestic arguments.
Okay.
There's a reason
there are
why
teeth up there.
he is dubbed by myself personally the Mad German.
Excuse me.
The man is batshit, and I love him. He's great.
Fair enough.
He's the kind of person who you're playing video games with, and you say, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom," and then he yells out, "Enjoy your meal," as you step away from the controller.
Oh, God.
Yeah. He and I have, Mad German, sauerkraut, la 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 la.
Alright, I'm gonna go back
No,
and
I
get
wouldn't call
those.
him very sour. He's rather quite happy about most things. He's got a terrifyingly, like, honestly...
Do you like
if
my
were
new
to
hobby
meet
horse?
him in- It is red. Makes it go faster. But, like, Noin, if you were to meet him in person, right, like, God, somebody once, like, I'd swear you would confuse him for Austrian. It's like, An Austrian guy once said with Germans, it's serious but rarely important, and with the Austrians, it's often important but rarely serious. He's got the Austrian mindset for that. You're gonna get them mistaken a lot. Fair enough, Redeemer. I mean, to be fair though, it's like the Austrians never want to claim their most historically important import or export, I should say. But when it comes to the German, fucking Amadeus Mozart, they're like, nope, he's Austrian. Totally us. Totally us.
Ew, what the fuck is that? Hello. Ah.
And if you were wondering what I meant, oh, what the...
You're a gross creature.
Shoot it. Kill it with fire.
Kill it with fire!
Do not stop shooting until that thing stops moving. Is there a flamethrower weapon?
You'll get a teapot that shoots out, like, boiling rounds. But I can't remember. It either comes during the doll section or the Japanese section. I'm not sure which. Bye-bye. Ooh, what is it shooting at me? Ah! Stick your face out! Goodbye. I thought I heard a pig's nose, I guess not. Ah! Wee! Slipped off the side. My bad.
Their main export, you mean that boxy looking copperware combat Tupperware called the Glock?
Oh,
When
it
I was
moved.
saying
I thought
their
I would have
main
gotten that.
historical export, I was mostly referring to Hitler, but sure, go ahead.
Oh! Listen. Twitch doesn't like when you use that word. Don't get you don't be getting me banned.
Alright, so Herr Adolf, people seem to forget that he was, you know, Austrian.
God damn you.
And then people seem to forget that Herr Mozart was German. Like, for some reason, in the historical zeitgeist, people have them swapped, which is weird. Because the Austrians shouldn't get to claim, you know, dibs on Mozart and not also take responsibility for Hitler.
Nope. I have nothing to
Then
say.
again, per our previous conversations on Japan and World War II history, they're not the only ones covering things up.
Well, it's a terrifying way to look at clams. Just saying.
I mean, it's not inaccurate, save for the teeth.
No.
They are just kind of a fleshy
Gonna
bit in a shell that holds
pause.
it and eats things.
I'm gonna pause right here, run to the bathroom real quick.
Bio break.
Mm.
Oh, my knees. And it looks like Redeemer's buying the Gen 5. Block used to be a really solid budget option. And then they let a bunch of millennials run the company. Now they're just expensive as everybody else, with half of the convenience. Which is why more people should go to work for High Point. You can literally beat those guns against a steel plate, and they will still function. I have a video proving as much. USP takes a shit on Glock any day. Oh, yeah.
Alright, hello, I'm back. Alright. Anybody still here?
No, everyone's gone. We all packed up and left.
That's okay, I understand. Woo-doo. I was watching a video, and fuck, I relate, like, just with people asking really stupid questions, and you give them the only answer, the most obvious answer, and they keep asking the same thing over and over again. Okay, yeah, I get that, but, like, what about this? What do you mean, what about this? I just gave you the fucking answer. Like, yeah, I feel that. I felt that at my old job. I had that with a lady that was asking about her AC. So, you guys do AC services, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, how much is it? Well, it's almost $200 if you have this AC system, and it's almost $400 if you have this one. Oh, well, I definitely have that AC system. That's only the $200. I'm like, no, ma'am, you do not. Well, how would you know that? Because of the year of your car? Well, what do you mean?
Is it from the 90s and runs on industrial refrigerant? No? Then it's the other kind.
Well, there's two systems. You have the 134 system, and you have the 1234 system. The 134 system is used in older cars, but most cars after, like, 2019 use 1234.
Mm-hmm.
She had a brand new 2025.
And wanted to try to claim it was an older... Yeah, fuck right off, grifter.
I was like, no, you definitely do not have that one.
You are definitely full of shit, madam.
And she's like, well, why can't you use the other one? I'm like, because it doesn't work for that system. I have no other answer for you other than the fact that that system does not work. Where is this piece? Oh. Boop. And she was like, well, then never mind, I don't want it. I'm like, okay, have a hot car. Damn it! It took too long. There was another lady that, she's like, oh, can you check my coolant? I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I'm like, have you had an issue with your car overheating? And she goes, no. She's like, my AC system's not working anymore. I was like, that doesn't have anything to do with your AC.
Yeah, coolant is for the engine.
Right, and she's like,
for the AC.
she's like, well, yeah, it does. She's like, it's coolant. And I went, no, ma'am. I was like, your coolant cools your engine. Not you. She goes, well, then what's the point? And I went, to cool
so it doesn't
the engine?
fucking explode?
I was like, to cool your engine? And she's like, well, that's dumb. I was like, oh,
you know, it always boggles my mind when people hear the terms combustion, localized explosion, and somehow don't think heat.
Right, well, and then she's like, well, my AC's not working. And I went, okay. I was like, then you're probably low on refrigerant. I just asked you to check that. And I went, no, ma'am, you asked me to check coolant. She goes, well, what's the difference? And I went, a lot.
Cool.
I was like, oh, a lot.
Okay, at this point, you need to, like, get a pair of, like, radar glasses that you don't need to put on. And, like, just, like, get some papers to act like you're shuffling something.
And I was like,
Take a disinterested tone and go, no, ma'am. Coolant is for the engine, refrigerant is for you.
I was like, well, I went, refrigerant goes into your cooling system. She goes, I thought you said that's what coolant does. And I went, no, ma'am.
Coolant goes into the fucking radiator.
To see you again, my dear.
You know, you should just tell her she should drink the water out of the radiator. Tell her to do that.
Really?
She'll get cooled
I
quick enough.
didn't even know.
My
Yeah,
pregnant
room temp.
show is about to pop. It requires only a medicament of your help velocity.
Okay, that
I don't have
might
much
have been a little too
experience,
brutal. I'm
but
sorry.
I
Don't
do
tell
But I was
need
like,
to reconstruct.
she's like, well, I just don't understand. She's like, you're not making any sense. I'm like,
There's a train that's corrupting Wonderland.
yes, ma'am.
And
I
I'm
went,
looking
you know,
for help to
I was like,
restrain
I'm
or
no
destroy it.
professional. It might be better if you
Most
talk to your
vegetation
mechanic
no
about it.
doubt
She's like, but that's
requests access
expensive.
to
I was like,
velocity directly. That's to say, eventually. Now,
well,
intermediate, more important matters. Due to a logisterical foul-up, some of the show's requisites need to be gathered.
oh, he's got a nail sticking out of his forehead.
The munificent script
He's
needs
clearly not
stretching.
very good with that hammer.
The writer's overly imaginative.
He's got
and
tacks sticking
story
out of the backs of
subtle
his
endings.
hands.
Then you'll need to assemble the show's tune-deft music. And finally, gather our stars! The show's tasteful performers. You should leave now. The essentiality of haste is essential.
It hardly seems you're ready for the show.
Yeah, do you see the nail?
Why can't you assemble these things yourself?
Oh, and he's got him in his hand.
Impresario has arrangements, ducks in a row, fish to fry, calls to Newcastle, etc., etc. Fetch the script from the writer, then we can batter or clatter or natter, as the case may be.
Is the writer cantankerous?
To a personage of
Oh,
your
and the seal's
distinguished
sleeping, but his eyes are
I
open.
blush at the nationality. He's an octopus, by the by. Lives over that way. Ta-ta.
And its eyes are looking in opposite directions. Do you see that? Wild.
I'm looking over here and over here.
Yeah. Makes me think of my
My
dad.
brain is in tatters.
That's terrible for me to say. I shouldn't say that about my dad. It's true, and I love my dad, but... yeah, my dad has a really, really bad lazy eye.
That's different, though. Like, if you were to actually try to process two separate visual images at once by forcing yourself to look in two different directions, you will get sick very quickly.
I think if he actually wears his glasses, like, it helps him, but I think my dad refuses to wear them unless he's, like, has to read. Because I think his eyesight has gotten worse, but I think the glasses help to focus his lazy eye. But I think we picked on him too much that he looked... I think we picked on him too much that his glasses looked like old maid glasses. Hmm?
Are you familiar with tortoiseshell spectacles? The earliest form of quote-unquote glasses.
I am so glad that you said that again, because I thought you said testicles. I was like, what?
Tortoiseshell
You're
spectacles.
sufficiently fortified to kick some ass.
But basically, they would take a thin piece of like tortoiseshell scutum, right, like the outer shell, and they'd punch like needle-thin holes in it. And they found that by forcing someone to look through the pinholes, they would get a clearer image than if they were just bare-eyed. And so some of your first like corrective lenses weren't even lenses at all; they were solid structures. But I bring this up because recently they were talking about using that similar method as a therapy for treating things like lazy eye and like focusing disorders, where the muscles in your eye won't focus properly. They say that using that method has shown some very promising results in early testing. Redeemer in chat just spilling pain. Jesus, man. Do you see what he typed?
Woo!
Redeemer typed, user put in a ticket. He was putting 5 Z's in his emails so they would be complete,
Yeah.
but autocorrect somehow tagged a person's email and CC'd them. The user asked how he could stop that from happening. His response, his wanted to, or I don't know if he said this or not, but his quotation marks
Whew.
reply with, "How about you just stop fucking doing that, you ass bag?" Which is a fucking mood. And then, or an intern trying to give me an opinion on something in ticket channels, and I had to rip him a new one for taking up my time.
Wild. I hate these crabs.
Like,
These
was
crabs
he
are very
just
annoying.
wasting time, or was he like just being inconsiderate and inconvenient with it? Because like, it's one thing to let them, to crush any newbies asking questions. It's a whole different thing if they're just wasting people's time. He was using the ticket channels for conversation. Oh, Jesus, fuck. So that means every time you'd go to pull a new ticket, there'd be a chance that it was just him fucking... Oh, I want to puke.
That's definitely a no-no.
That is such a no-no. Like, I can just imagine what would have happened if we had, like, somebody had tried to hold out a conversation in, like, the security tickets back at the army base. Right? Like, if somebody had ever used that system for conversation, they could have been court-martialed. You know? Because that system was for us to take tags on, like, special patrols, or like, hey, this lock series needs to be inspected, or it's, hey, somebody needs to go replace this thing. And if you got drawn a ticket, that job that was on that ticket was yours. So to put in random fucking conversation in there, that would have been the biggest no-no of all. And I can't, like... Dear Lord, like, that, yeah, it's just... It's not the place for it. How did they ever think that that was going to be okay?
What do we have in here? Oh, there was other stuff for me to collect back there. No.
Place smells like
You
a ripe
fool.
distillery with a whiff of halitosis and urine.
It's a scent of unrecognised genius. So piss off.
More empties than a Dublin brewery. The carpenter sent me.
For starters, the carpenter is a pusillanimous, parsimonious, pettifogging moron.
That's his maybe, but he sent me for this script. I need...
Your needs are shite. I need a drink. Who cares? I need those responsible for my abortive career in chains. No joy. I need to know what love is. The world is mum. Just now, I need a dose of hide and seek. Find me thrice, fair
This
maid.
comic
Be
I'm
quick
reading.
about it, and we can
Ugh.
deal.
This dude just got dumped by his longtime crush.
A
And he
lifetime
notices
hiding
that a
his
pair
true
of his
colours gives him
co-workers
age, but he can't
have been getting
conceal
really
the way he
close.
moves.
And he's like, in his head, he's thinking, oh, you two should just start dating already, you fucking freaks. Like, seriously. And so, he goes to the bar to drink off his sorrows. And fucking a bandit busts in. He's holding a client hostage. He wants all the money in the register. And our dude, who works for they're like the Mystery Towers, the organization's name. They're a police force for like all sorts of like mystical and eldritch shit. Because there's like, superhumans everywhere kind of situation. And guy busts into the bar, and a couple of his co-workers pop out from disguise pretending to be the staff, and they capture the guy. And he's like, okay, cool, I may have gotten my shit kicked in for trying to step in and be a hero without any equipment, but it's all good. My co-workers are here, they fixed it. And then he's talking with one of his co-workers after the bust, or the raid, the sting, I don't know what you would call it. And he's like, oh yeah, this is one of those, this guy I'm talking to is one of that pair that should just start dating already, right? And the dude's like, not yet girlfriend rolls up, and they're talking about plans afterwards. And the dude's, his coworker's boss calls him. He's like, "Hey, I need you to come into the tower and work overtime on this paperwork." And our boy here is just like, "Nah, fuck that. Watching these two literally like emotionally deflate from this order." He literally steals the phone out of his coworker's hand, and he's like, "I've got the overtime, boss. Just keep the paperwork coming." And he's like, "I'm gonna head back to the tower now." And he hangs up, and he's like, "You two." And he like immediately just downs the bottle of whiskey he got from the bar. "You two, you go and have a date, and you get all lovey-dovey, and I don't want to hear back from you until tomorrow." He's screaming at him like he's a commander. I'm like, oh, somebody was clearly not happy with desk work. I'm just instantly getting the vibes of fucking I guide fucking I need German, not whatever the fuck that was. "I guide those to a treasure I cannot possess." You know, Red Skull went after the stones. Now he guides people to the stones. Man got dumped, so he's guiding his
This is
coworkers
too
into not
easy.
breaking up their relationship. I can see why he's hiding in the wine bottles.
Yeah, he's hard to see.
Well, I was gonna say it's more about the fact that it's booze, but sure. Indian users are the worst ones. They ask you to move heaven and earth for things above their pay grade on their first day, or info they're not even close to allowed to have. Once in a while, their number will show up as spoofed number because in the U.S. they are scammers in their off hours and didn't turn off their spoofing. I got 2 of them fired when I got that. Yeah, industrial espionage and scamming in India are very common criminalities there. Like, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, as they just don't see it as shameful or what, but like, it's unfortunate is the fact of the matter is you just can't, certain employees, especially if they exhibit those behavior patterns, just gotta be like, okay, well, am I actually being an asshole here? And, you know, it's a culture thing to them. As long as it's not your own family, everyone else is fair game to steal from. Jesus. Yeah, not all cultures are equal, as we have said many a time. I don't know. It's part of my opinion that globalism was a massive mistake for this kind of thing exactly. You've got so many different cultures, and you're telling them that now they're all going to have to get along. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to go well. And for some reason, people thought that, no, this will be that 10th time, I swear. So can't you just break all the wine bottles?
Yeah. They don't give you anything.
No. They should at least give you some drunkenness.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, those don't give you anything special. Oh.
Jerks.
I
Stingy ass
skipped.
wine bottles.
He's right there. Skipped through an entire area, though.
Looks like,
I want to check to make sure I didn't miss anything back here. At least I know where he is. I know he's in that bottle.
An Indian student in the U.S. who put a tracker on a
Oh.
girl's car.
Look at this.
Believe that answer would be accepted, and he'd be let off and got his ass cuffed. Yeah, like it's one of those things. It's like there's a lot of people who they think you can just move to a country and not consider the culture and values of the place you're going to be, residing in, especially the law, right? Like that one's mind-boggling. I would not move to another country if I didn't understand its laws.
Yeah, the sovereign citizen thing typically is what gets people into a lot of trouble.
Oh god, and sovereign citizens, those
Oh,
are
yeah,
American
now.
citizens
You
doing the
won't have me
exact same
again.
shit. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. And I mean, I can agree that currently the justice system is horrifyingly flawed. Horrifyingly flawed. I mean, you're never going to get perfect because there's no such thing as perfection on this mortal earth. But the biggest important thing for a justice system is that it absolves the civilian of the need for revenge. Or at the very least, it's supposed to. The problem that we have right now with our justice system is that it doesn't absolve us. Typically, you see criminals getting that slap on the wrist and getting sent off because there are so many other things happening in the system. I'm not driving, I'm traveling, gets pulled out of the car. Yeah, no, by American statutes, you are free to travel. You can walk as far as you want. Bike ride. Do you have a horse? None of those things require a license. But the moment you want to start
In a
driving
car.
in a motor vehicle, you need to have a government-issued identification and certification. That's just the way the law works. And all these people thinking, oh, I can make my own loophole. Like, if a senator can't get away with it, there ain't no way you can get away with it, okay? Now, just think of it like that, right? Like 90% of the time, it ain't no way. Ain't no way, ain't no how. You know? One of my favorite ones I saw was this guy trying to argue that him driving the car, was in fact traveling and not operation of the motor vehicle because, as he said, he wasn't actively paying attention. And I just wanted to beat my head against a wall because I'm like, you thought that was your argument to absolve you of the guilt of driving without a license, was to say, oh, I wasn't paying attention, so it doesn't count.
Well, I will admit, people do say some very stupid things to get away with stuff, and it's just...
Oh, yeah.
And believe me, I mean, working in the jail, I definitely heard some pretty
Here's a
stupid
fucked up
stuff.
idea. All police, judges, politicians are to be put under the uniform. Oh my. Uniform Code of Military Justice, are we? I mean, it would definitely, like, look, I don't want to say it's a bad idea, because with the over-militarization of the police as of late, it almost makes perfect sense. Y'all want to act like soldiers? Here's your rules like soldiers. I mean, hell, in the Army, we had way tighter rules of engagement than police do. When I went from working for the Army and then went to working in a civilian police force under, it was animal control, I wasn't a sworn officer. But I got to see the ROE. It was standard rules and regulations. The whole department got this handbook. And they were less strict than the Army ROEs. And it boggles the mind sometimes. Judge gets pulled over for a DUI, get ready to have a judge to give you 5 years and say, yes! That is the other thing. Like, honestly, I think that if a judge, a politician, or a police officer commits a crime, it should be judged on a capital scale. Because this is somebody that is supposed to represent the public trust, and they are actively destroying it. So they should be judged as harshly as that should be standard. You know?
If that was the case, the warden at the jail that currently works at and I used to work at would have been fired for her DUI.
Good.
Which, and again, I still believe that she should have.
People to a higher standard. If you don't want to be a civilian, you don't get civilian. Like, if you want to be a standard of higher than civilian, you should have a higher grade of what is acceptable compared to a civilian. because like the system as it stands. I mean, hell, there's like a known scam artist in my area. He's a piece of shit. Stolen a lot of money from a lot of
The
people.
carpenter commissioned a song and dance
His son was a
number on
cop.
morality.
And
Art
about
good
a
sense
year and a
be
half
damned.
ago, his
He
son just got
demands
arrested
mirth, silliness,
and
a
sent to
strange
prison
debauchery
because
all
he
round.
was sexually
To
assaulting
a
victims
hero
of other
turn is
cases.
death. Imagine! I'll bring
Well.
the script to the theatre. You can be on your way.
And my thought was, so
No
why didn't they
doubt
just shoot
Carlton's
him and
got
bury
you
him behind the
collecting
police
pristine
station?
divas for the musical portion. The man really
Capital
hires
crime,
the proper
capital
talent.
punishment.
Some fish can
Simple as.
sing, but not all.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when I worked for the Army, you know, again, I worked for the Army, wasn't in the Army. I worked as a PMC contractor as base security replacement for an MP platoon, me and the rest of my guys. But our rules of engagement, if you were to have ever seen something like that happen in person, our direct orders were to shoot and
I'm
ask
not terribly
questions
musical,
later.
but you seem out of tune.
It's not my fault.
Oh no, the mayor's a chomo, life in solitary. You need to put him on a list, just put him in a hole, drop food down twice a day,
I can
bread,
see
water,
that.
and milk.
Why
No,
not do
no,
something
no,
about
that's
it?
way too kind. Wood chipper, feet first. Child molesters get the wood chipper. Slavers get buried in a
An
pit.
excuse
and
for doing
burned.
nothing. Reminds me of the
I don't know.
asylum.
Child molesters make me want to bring back eunuchs.
You know you can legally geld yourself, but you can't legally geld someone else because that's mutilation. However, a court can order a chemical sterilization.
Yeah, till they stop taking it.
Which is why they shouldn't make it a voluntary process in the first place. They should be put in prison until that treatment is over. Because they can give you something that will permanently take it away. Hell, and if they say, oh, well, we can't give it to them in like a syringe through their arm, I say, well, then just put a bullet in their fucking head. Because if it's too much of a trouble, then it's too much of a trouble. Just keep it $1.50 with us. You know what I mean? Like, the excuses are horseshit, and they always have been.
Well, when you have a president that was a giant pedo, you know.
I'm hoping to Christ that's not the case.
Well, I
But,
mean, and
I mean,
everybody
well,
bends the
well-
rules for everyone. Even when I just mentioned about the warden, even they changed the rules for her so that way she didn't lose her job.
That's the problem, is we've gotten so used to the idea of the people in power being in some way, like, we've got this
Untouchable?
idea. Yeah, that they need to be, or that they need to be unassailable, or just in general, you know, rather than picking someone who is inscrutable, they want people who can appear inscrutable, you know?
Yeah. You know, there was a point in time that I was like, oh, my brother's probably gonna go to jail, and I had warned some old coworkers of it, and they were like, oh, okay, well, we'll try to make sure that everything's. I went, no, you treat him fairly, just like everybody else. I was like, he deserves to be there.
And that's the other side. Everybody seems to think that just because there's a personal connection means that suddenly someone is of higher value or needs to be looked out for.
Well, they thought he was thinking that I was like, oh,
Like
hey,
a
could you make sure that he's
comedian
okay,
leaned
doesn't get hurt,
heavily
whatever. I was like, nah, kick the shit out of him. Absolutely.
Fuck him up. Well, it's like one of my favorite examples of this in nepotism is, right, like there's a comedian, and she is the niece of a sitting congressman. So the people at Comedy Central thought, oh, she's important, therefore she must be funny. Let's give her 1,000 fucking specials. She's not funny. Never has been. I don't understand why people fucking support like, it's just like people need to be up and down on their own merits.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
See, Redeemer, it goes against my philosophy, right? There are those who can be, like, there are those who can be, what's the word I'm looking for? Rehabilitated, right? Like, in my mind, and this is honestly a part of my social philosophy, like how do I put this? My my family's pretty big on our old values from our people's experience. If you can't rehabilitate them, they belong in the ground. No need to torture somebody unless it's going to result in their death. Like, torture is reserved for those who are going to die, not for those who you would wish that they would rather they be dead. It's not an escape from the execution, it is the method of execution. Other than that, it's rehabilitation. And if they don't fall in one line, they fall in the other. Either rehabilitated and turned back into a functioning member of society, or put in the fucking ground. And I think that's, at least from my perspective, I think that's perfectly fair. You either get your shit together, or you get the fuck out. It's not about leveraging vengeance. It's about getting things done right. As much as I would love to leverage vengeance, the world is cruel enough.
That's all well and good, but my
There's no reason to keep
brain
people
needs a
alive
fully
on death row for 40
functioning
years.
orchestra.
There are perfectly humane methods of execution, and then there's all those methods that my family taught me, because, believe it or not, some cultures still carry in practice, well, I wouldn't say practice, but at least still carry the methods of the old ways. As again, for us, it's a method of execution, not a in-between.
I still go along with the philosophy that my father felt. You do you, be happy, don't ruin other people's happiness.
That's fair.
Happiness is something that everybody should have, and should have an entitlement to. But if you're intentionally doing something to ruin the happiness of somebody else's, then truthfully your happiness is not out of good intent.
That's not happiness to begin with. It's schadenfreude and sadism.
I can't find the time for the nerve.
And
It's surely
those
not
are
lost.
not unalienable
Perhaps
rights.
mislaid. I suppose I'll
quote
have
the
to help you
Founding
carry the
Fathers.
tune. Better be light.
We find this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Oh boy.
The rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Mind you, note that it does not say they are entitled to happiness. They are entitled to the pursuit of happiness.
Oh wait, what the fuck? Am I doing this wrong?
You know, we're not born into this world with just the objective, yes, you are guaranteed to be happy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that it is the right to pursue that which makes you happy, which is far more important.
The audience will be grateful for your efforts.
I doubt it.
Especially after all, if you just define it as you have the right to be happy, well, sure, but now you let someone else define what happiness is. And if someone can arbitrarily say, "Oh, but you are happy," well, then you're not free to pursue it, are you?
Yeah.
Not burned beyond recognition, as I recall. It was the smoke, you see. One day, you'll be joining them in the Oxford family vault, I imagine.
Two down, one to go. Oysters are the presumptive stars of the show, if you can wake them.
There's another one. Oh boy.
Oh, you said you'd seen the full season 1 of Kaiju number 8, right?
No.
No? Or, oh, you just said you liked it. I remember you saying you liked Kaiju number 8. Yeah, I was just gonna say, they started releasing episodes for season 2. It's so good. So frickin' good.
I said I liked Kaiju number 8.
You're correct.
That's what that's what I was saying.
Oh, I thought you said great. I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
God damn it, Discord. Is this any better?
Uh-huh. I thought you said something else, but yes,
Kaiju
I did
number
watch...
8. There's episodes from season 2 are coming out, and they are excellent.
Mm-hmm. We're waiting until the season is done, so that way me and him can sit and binge watch it together.
Wait, do you not have the full season yet?
For the second season? I thought they were still making episodes for the second one.
No, they are.
Yeah, we're waiting until the second season is finished.
Okay, so you're gonna binge it. Okay. Yeah, I was...
That's right.
Because when I was asking earlier, I'd asked if you'd finished season 1, and you'd said no.
That's because I thought you were talking about a different anime.
Fucking off of that now. We already agreed that I just realized that crab is lighting his cannon with a cigar in his teeth.
Yep.
That's badass.
What? Damn it! That fucking umbrella! Ugh. Bitches, 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 bitches. Fuck you. Bad crab. Bad. Bad crab.
Oh, you know what? That should be your next series.
Just
Another
interrupted
crab's
my
treasure.
dreams. Oh well. Off to the show, I suppose.
Mortifying. I think they're supposed to be oysters.
Mollusk of some description. It's always a countdown. I hear you scream, and then on screen I get 3, 2, 1.
Alrighty, everyone. Well, I think I'm going to leave it here. This will be my last episode that I'm going to work on today. But thank you, everybody, so much for joining me. Once again, I am Razored Spider, and please remember to go into the Spider's Web. That's my Discord server that anybody can join into. Everything gets updated in there. You can put game suggestions, ask questions. You can join me for live streams and recordings that I don't live stream. And I will be putting in new emojis that I'm going to be working on to have on my Twitch stream and even to toss into the server. So thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Good night, all.
Wrong button.
You come to more.